Hello and welcome back to another episode of Measurement in a Minute. I'm your host, 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗬𝗧 with Lakeside Process Controls. And in today's video, we're continuing our conversation around RoseMap, micromotion, flow meter technologies. In the last video, we discussed micromotion's zero verification feature and its importance. Today, I'm going to show you how to successfully run this. Now, like we mentioned before, we can run it via the local operator interface, and we can also run it via ProLink III software. But we always recommend that you run this before you ever run a zero calibration. And if you look at the display menu in the local operator interface just above me, you'll notice we have zero verification above zero calibration, just to really emphasize the fact that that's what you should be doing first. The other piece is you want to make sure you follow the procedure to a T because any errors that you do here will impact and introduce uncertainties into your measurement, and we don't want that. So if we look at our installed flow meter like we did in the last video, really the biggest important piece behind this is we want to make sure that we are flowing at our standard operating conditions. That includes operating temperatures and pressures. And the reason for this is we want to allow the meter to get up to those operating temperatures because temperature will possibly impact our zero here. So in an ideal situation, we have an upstream and a downstream isolation valve. And in fact, you really need that in this case because we want to isolate the flow from the Coriolis flow meter. So first things first, you close the downstream valve. And then once you verify that flow has stopped going through this meter, you close that upstream valve. You really want to make sure that the flow meter is full of fluid. If it's not full of fluid or if flow is still traveling through this, that will impact your zero here. And then you just go through the local operator interface or via ProLink, you run that zero verification and then you see what the output is. And it doesn't take too long and it'll tell you things are good or it'll tell you maybe we should run a zero calibration. And if it does tell you that, we always recommend to just run the zero verification once more, but before you do, double check that you just followed those steps correctly, and then you can be certain if it makes sense to then go run that zero calibration. Should you have any questions about micromotion flow meter technologies or any other of our products, please reach out to us at 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗬𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗧𝗘𝗗.com. Thanks and have a great day.